We still don't know which terror group was behind today's massacre in Paris. Both Al-Qaeda and ISIS have repeatedly threatened to attack in France. And our next guest says there is no safe haven from Islamist terrorism anywhere in Europe. Now, Gardiner, director of the Margaret Thatcher Center for Freedom, joins us. Nice to see you now.
Nice to see you, Greta.
I remember a few years ago that Prime Minister David Cameron in Munich at a conference talked about multiculturalism being a problem for the UK. And he got jumped incredibly. But I think he was talking code for bringing from people coming from rather unsavory places and bringing rather bad things to UK.
I think he's really talking about, the huge wave of immigration that has happened in Europe in recent decades, with many immigrants, of course, not exactly assimilating into European society. And that, of course, is a huge problem in France. There are about 5 million Muslim immigrants in France alone. Many of those immigrants have not really assimilated into French society.
But not all of them are blowing up a magazine either, or shooting up a magazine.
No, that's right. But you have a very significant minority that are highly radicalized, and up to 1,000 French citizens have traveled to Syria and Iraq to fight with ISIS. Many of those have returned, actually, to France. And this, of course, is a massive security problem, not only, of course, for the French, but across Europe. Around 3,000 European individuals have traveled over to Iraq and to Syria, and a large number of them have actually been returning in recent months.
Are they tracked? I mean, do we know who they are, or is this just sort of a framing, like, can they be identified?
Well, we know who some of them are, and in Britain, for example, they have been arresting a large number of individuals who have been coming back, actually, from the Middle East. The French have also been doing that to some degree. But, of course, many have been coming through the net, as it were, so it's difficult to identify all of these individuals. But we are talking about, a large number of hardened radicals who have received military training in Syria and Iraq. They're now coming back to Europe in order to plot terrorist atrocities like the atrocity that we saw today in Paris. So there's no doubt about it, we are at war against militant Islamists who seek our destruction and the destruction of everything that we stand for.
UK on high alert tonight?
Yes, the UK is on very, very high alert today. And for some months, the threat level has been extremely high, indicating that a terrorist attack may be likely. And I think you are going to see across Europe terror threat levels being significantly raised. And certainly Europe is at war. The free world is at war against a vicious enemy, and we need to identify who that enemy is. We're fighting against Islamist terrorists driven by an Islamist ideology, and it's important for leaders on both sides of the Atlantic, including, of course, President Obama, to identify the nature of the enemy that we are facing.
Is President Obama doing that, do you think?
I don't think he's doing that. His press conference today, actually, was very, very weak on the French terrorist atrocity, and he did not use the word Islamist at all. And, we need to really have strong, robust leadership in the West. We are engaged in the war. We do not need to have policies of appeasement. This is a war, really, for the survival of our civilization against vicious individuals who seek our destruction. And we simply cannot give in to these individuals. We must absolutely take the war to the enemy.
Now, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.